So I thought about something because all of the, suicides and all the different things that's going on today, I thought about something and I was like, God, number one, God was like, in order for this women's ministry to work, this is something that's been in me forever. If you know me, you know I already been doing it. But to create this Facebook group for and to move forward and what God is calling me to do outside of, social media with it, it's like God is like, you're gonna have to share, your story. You're gonna have to share things that most people may know, most people don't know, most people heard, back in the past, but they really don't know. So today I was just sitting and I was thinking like, man, God, we as women, we have to help more than we gossip. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. We gossip so much about people's situations, what we heard the situation is, what we seeing with our natural eye, and it could be, it don't even have to be the truth. We'll go back, we'll take it back to somebody like it is the truth, But God was reminding me of when I was in this toxic relationship. I mean, toxic, crazy, and I'm gonna share more with y'all. But let me share this today. When I was in that toxic relationship, I was drowning. I was depressed. I was like, not knowing what I was in a dark hole at one period in that relationship. It was so dark for me. I could not see no light. Have y'all ever watched those movies where, they will have a scene where somebody is falling, like just falling in the darkness, and the light that they are seeing is like the light, as they continue to fall, the light just disappear, and it's just full darkness. When I tell my story to the women that God had me to minister to, or the people I'm coaching, I put it to them like this. It was a time in my life where half of my body was in the grave and half of it was out. That's how I felt. I felt like I would die where I was, and I did not know if I was going to die where I was, right? Fast forward, matter of fact, I'm gonna go back. I was hearing already that people was talking about me, the things that people was saying when I was in this dark place. They were saying I was on drugs. They were saying, telling people who didn't know me, but before, the people who knew me before and seen me before, they knew how I carried my life. They knew how I dressed. They knew, how my body was. But in this state of depression, when I started losing a lot of weight, I really didn't care what I looked like. I was not eating. I can tell y'all right now, I don't even remember. I was a mother then. It's a blank part of my life that don't even remember whether my kids was eating, whether they were taking baths. I don't even remember if I took baths. Where was I? It was so dark for me in that phase, right? And I was hearing all these rumors that people were saying when I was in the depression. It really didn't matter to me. I really didn't care because I was so depressed to even think about what somebody else was, thinking about. I was thinking about my situation and where I was at in that situation, right? But when I fast forward to me coming out of the situation, coming out of depression, because I wasn't free from this situation yet. I was still in the toxicity, but I was coming out of the depression, okay? Because a lot of people don't understand. When you in a toxic relationship, you got to come out the depression in order to break free from the toxicity. You got to realize that you are depressed, okay? I got to come out of this. And when I come out of that, I see things clearer, and that will help me get out of the situation that I'm in. But listen, when I'm coming out of the toxicity, I'm coming out of depression, okay? I'm coming out. I'm starting to look good again. I'm starting to put clothes on again. There are people that knew me before this situation. And I'm not talking about my family. I'm talking about people that I considered my friends, people that I went to high school with, that we were probably close, or people that I went to high school with and we were in connection somehow, cool. But then when I went through my depressive stage, you know, turned their nose up at me, you know, helped spread the rumors about me, okay? They will come and say, yeah, girl, because such and such was saying you was this. Now, this is when I'm coming out and put my clothes back on. I'm feeling a little bit better about myself. You know, I'm smelling good again, okay? I got a little smile. It ain't all the way there, but I'm smiling again. And people was like, yeah, you know, this is what such and such was saying, this such and such was saying. See, I'm the type of person that if you come back and tell me what somebody was saying, then I know that you had a say in it too. And number one, you was nowhere to be found. You didn't call to check on me when people was saying what they heard. You didn't come show up when you lived right around the corner from where I was living at the time, which that's water under the bridge, years down the line. This was like 2008, years down the line. But I'm telling this story to tell that we gossip more than we help our sisters, for real. If you see your sister today, okay, and she not looking right, she ain't sounding right, don't let her, okay? She may fuss you out, she may go off on you, but you know something is wrong, something is not right. Sis is in a dark hole. Sis is depressed. Sis is basically distancing herself from the people that have a light on them, the people who love them, the people who can help her out of the situation, because that's what the enemy do, okay? He want to separate you from the people that he know is going to help you, so you could go deeper into the darkness, deeper into the stress. But if we stop gossiping about it and do something about it, okay? Go get your other friends that care about her. Show up at her house, okay? Call her until she answer. Text her until she answer. Don't go to this person and say, yeah, honey, she looking bad. We got to stop doing that, because we got our sisters out here, our friends out here committing suicide, and the whole time we talking about, we had no idea, right? Because you saw her in that place, and even she may have been smiling or whatever the case may be. If you know somebody, do you know when something is wrong with them? And let me tell you something. I was in a depression. So I knew I was not hiding it, because somebody said to me, I thought I was going to have I thought I was going to have to buy a black suit. You was watching me. You saw me in this state of depression, and you thought I was going to die in it. And you thought you was going to have to get a black suit. But you didn't come to help me. You didn't say, let me pray for you. Even if you didn't come, you wasn't praying for me behind the scenes. None of that. We have to stop gossiping more than we helping people, more than we helping our sister, more than we showing up for our sister, more than we standing with our sister. Say, okay, you want to be depressed? I'm gonna be right here. They not gonna have no choice but to push out of the situation, because guess what? You showing up for them. But that's all I want to share, you know. And God was like, you got to start sharing your stories. I mean, I was in the darkest place of my life. If anybody know me that's watching this, you done seen me out looking like a crackhead. They literally, let me tell y'all something. I've never used any other drug but marijuana, okay? Marijuana. I done smoked cigarettes at a phase of my life. I done drunk alcohol and wine. I've never took not one drug in my life, okay? And that's how I looked out here, looking like sis had went left. That's what it was. I mean, they really, I was, honey, beat up, beat down. But what really got to me was, instead of people, you know, coming to me saying, are you okay?
Nobody did that.
I lie to y'all, nobody did that. Nobody did that. Nobody said, are you okay? You know, what's going on with you? Something ain't right. You know, like I would show up for my sis. Like, what is the problem? Something is wrong in a good way, because if they depressed, I ain't gonna push them over. But like, I would show up for my sis. Like, you can call me, you can tell me, I'm here for you. And there are real live people today that will tell you that I do that because I became who I felt like I needed in that moment. I became her. And that's why this women's ministry that God has called me to, my coaching is not all about just because I need to make some money. It's my purpose behind it. It's because what I went through was to unlock some things for one of my sisters. What I went through, okay, I didn't go through for me. The same thing, the same way, what Jesus went through, he didn't go through for himself. He did it for me. So if I got to pick up my sister cross and carry it for her, if I got to be in the fire with her, I'm there. Because I know how it feels, right? But, y'all. Woo! Man, God is doing something in this season of my life, and I just gotta follow suit. And I'm just gonna encourage you today that if you have somebody, even if you can't help them, connect them with somebody that can help them. Stop gossiping more than we are helping. Okay, see y'all in the next video.